Throughout the years, I've gotten so many requests to review VIEVE cosmetics, so that's what we're gonna finally do today. When I checked the website, I was really excited because I saw so many products that piqued my interest with colors and textures that seemed like they might really align with my preferences. So I placed a big enough order to almost do a full face. And if you didn't know, VIEVE Cosmetics is owned by Jamie Genevieve. She's been a beauty influencer on YouTube for like as long as I can remember. We have like total opposite styles. She's very glam, I'm very minimal, but I really like watching her tutorials because it's just something completely different from what I usually do. So before we get into it, if you're new here, I'm Kate. I tend to look at products through a somewhat critical lens so I can help you save money and I can help myself maintain a more curated collection for a YouTuber. So if that sounds good to you, I hope you'll subscribe, and now let's get into the good stuff. The first product I picked up is the Matte Radiance Concealer in Light 2 or Cool Pink, and this is $29. They have 20 shades, which is pretty impressive for especially an influencer brand. And the shades do seem to be pretty evenly distributed, which is always something that I look for when I'm reviewing a shade range. So props to Jamie for that. And the website says it has medium to full customizable coverage, and it's got hyaluronic acid and phyto radiance complex. If you've been here for a while, you know that I'm very particular about concealers. Really, nothing can ever beat my beloved Fit Glow concealer, but I am shocked and so happy to say that this is now my second favorite concealer, right behind the Fit Glow. I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing all of the VIEVE products today, and as you can see in the application footage, it matches me perfectly. Texture-wise, this is a really creamy concealer. I would say it reminds me most of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, but that one was not enough coverage for me and it made my eyes look really, really dry. This is what I wanted the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer to be. I find that it doesn't make my under eyes look cakey or dry, and this does have more coverage than the NARS. If you are looking for something that is on the dewier or more hydrating side, like my Fit Glow concealer, I would really describe it as a creamy matte concealer. So you're not gonna get any dewiness, you know, it doesn't feel particularly hydrating, but it doesn't emphasize texture. It doesn't make my under eyes look dry at all. I also find that because it's a more matte finish, it lasts pretty well on me. I would say after about 4 hours, I do feel like I need to touch up where I have particular darkness and hollowness under my eyes. But honestly, this is one of the best concealers I've ever tried. I've also been told by a few subscribers to try using this all over my face in place of foundation, so I'm definitely gonna do that next. Next, we have the Sunset Blush, and I picked up the shade Piazza, which is this beautiful, really burnt tan. The website says that the Sunset Blush is a soft satin blush available in 5 flattering shades to give skin a natural looking flush. It was inspired by Jamie's love of Italy, and the shade spectrum captures the vivid colors of a Mediterranean sunset and delivers that fresh-faced holiday glow all year round. What I like is that it definitely is a satin. There's a really nice kind of pearl running through this. I also really like the packaging of this. I hate when blushes come in like really bulky, big packaging. This is super slim. I like this little flip top and the fact that it comes with a mirror. I mean, some might say that it feels like kind of flimsy, like that is, I don't know, is it cardboard? Is it plastic? But I like this kind of fake leather look. I think the packaging looks really luxe, and I really appreciate that Jamie launched a bunch of shades that work on a wide variety of skin tones. Like there are some lighter shades, but most of them are very richly pigmented and really bright, which means it's just gonna work on more people. So kudos to her for that. Okay, the product that I was most nervous about picking up that I thought I would like the least is the Skin Dew, but I had so many requests to review it when I put up a recent poll on my YouTube community tab that I knew I had to pick it up. I'm wearing it today, and this is $24. The website says it's an award-winning liquid highlighter enriched with skin-loving ingredients, which adds a golden hour glow to the face and body. You can get this 20 milliliter size for $24, or you can get the 60 milliliter size for $48. And they say that this has golden light reflecting pigments that suit all skin tones, and it melts into the skin while imparting a natural looking glow that can be dialed up as well. And it has papaya fruit extract, shea butter, argan oil, dragon's blood extract, and squalane. I was terrified when I first swatched this. It was so golden yellow. I was like, there's no way in hell this is gonna work on my skin. I saw that it looked pretty shimmery on my hand, so I was like, oh no, what have I gotten myself into? But on the face, it is stunning. It is just like light on your skin. It really does melt into the skin like they say it does. So I really appreciate that all of their textures have been very accurately described on the website. Sometimes that doesn't happen with brands, so it's nice when it does. Visually, I think this looks beautiful. I mean, it's so skin-like, but it's so glowy. It's stunning. However, the thing is, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes for this to set down. Like I did my makeup on camera for this for YouTube short about 40 minutes ago, and it finally just started setting down to now where it just feels like kind of bouncy skin. Because my skin does tend to get a little bit oily throughout the day when I'm wearing makeup, I tend to prefer products that have a more satin, natural finish, nothing sticky, nothing tacky, nothing balmy. But I knew what I was getting into because this is called Skin Dew. So I wasn't signing up for something that was gonna like set down and be matte on the skin. You know, I knew what I was buying. And so for what this does, I think it's absolutely beautiful. It just kind of depends on your preferences. I mean, I'm happy to have it. Honestly, I thought I was gonna really dislike this product, but so many people wanted a review. I was just gonna pass it along to a subscriber. Honestly though, I think it's so pretty that I want to keep it. It really does look incredible. It works over powder because I applied it over their blush, and I just think it makes the skin look really expensive without looking makeup-y or over the top. I'm surprised that that really bright yellow gold color melted into my pale ass face. So I'm super impressed, and I do think there's a scent. Yeah, it smells a little bit like marshmallow to me, which I actually really, really like. It sets, and I think it looks beautiful, so I love it. The eyeshadow I'm wearing today is their matte eye wand in the shade Camel. This is $28, and the eye wand primes, colors, and shapes your eyes in a matter of seconds. The long-lasting, highly pigmented formula comes in 8 neutral tones and glides on with ease. Whether you want an easy, off-duty vibe or a glamorous, smoky eye, any look is possible with this foolproof eyeshadow stick. I think that's a really good way of describing this. It's very foolproof. What? This is so good? Like, what? Everyone has been telling me about this for ages. I was looking for a dupe for Nude Sticks, Eye Crayon, and Terra, and everyone was like, get Camel, you're gonna love Camel. And my heart has been so betrayed by so many eyeshadow sticks that I didn't do it until now, and I'm kicking myself for not buying this earlier. It's what I wanted Nude Sticks Terra to be, but Terra was a little bit too orange. This is so pigmented when it goes on, and it's really easy to blend with your fingers or with a brush. It does crease, and I'll insert a clip here of what it looked after. It wasn't a full 8-hour test. I think this was about 5 hours in, maybe 6 hours in. If you find that it creases, just do what I do and take your finger and blend it out, and then boom, your eyeshadow looks brand new, just a little bit more faded. So this one is a love. I also have the metallic and old gold. Unfortunately, when I opened this one for the first time, yeah, it came right out, and a bunch of people DM'd me on Instagram and said that the same thing happened to them. So it's not a big deal. I just kind of pop it back in and it works just fine. With this one though, it wasn't as like equally pigmented as the matte crayon was. Same kind of wear time. You know, when it creased, I just blended it out with my fingers, no problem. It reminds me a lot of MAC Woodwinked, a lot of Phytosurgeon's Wild Oak. I think this might be the one that I might try to give to someone else because I already own MAC Woodwinked, and I would reach for a powder shadow over an eyeshadow crayon any day. So this is the only one that I kind of am not super thrilled with. Moving on, we have the lip liner, which is their Modern Lip Definer. These are $21, and I got the shade Brat. These are described as a highly pigmented pencil that softly accentuates lips in a single sweep. It's an everyday essential for Jamie and comes in 11 exceptionally blendable shades to not only work with all skin tones, but also suit your makeup mood. Love that she's keeping everybody in mind here. And Brat is described as a perfect pinky brown. I would disagree with that. I think this is much more of a like peachy pink. There's definitely peach in here, but I'm wearing this with the lipstick in Promise, which is like a true mauve, and it looks just fine compared to that. The formula is totally accurately described. Like, it's really pigmented, really creamy. It just glides right on your lips. So I think it's really easy to do a nice overline. Super blendable. I think it looks beautiful. I'm definitely interested in picking up other shades because I think that this formula is so fantastic. It is less waxy than the Charlotte Tilbury. Like, you know, the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheats, those really feel like wax and then they set down and they do not budge. These are a lot creamier than that. They're also creamier than like the Makeup Forever Artist Pencil, the MAC, whatever regular standard lip liners. Those are like super drying to me. This is more of like a creamy pencil formula. Because of that, I find that it's not as long lasting as something like the Charlotte Tilbury or a drier formula, but I much prefer something that feels more creamy and is a lot more blendable. But once it's on your lips, I mean, it sets. Like, you can see that is not budging at all. So it's very long lasting. It's just not gonna be as long lasting as something that's like really waxy or really dry. Next up, we have the Modern Matte Lipstick, and I got the shade Promise, which is I would describe it as like a solid mauve. These are $26 and the website says, enriched with lip-loving ingredients such as vitamin E, our powerfully pigmented modern matte lipstick formula nourishes and moisturizes lips, leaving your lips feeling moisturized with a natural matte, not flat finish. And they describe Promise as a dusky rose with a mauve undertone. Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of like pinky rosiness in there as well, but on my lips, it does look quite purple. So I'll just build it up for you. Super creamy, super, super pigmented, extraordinarily comfortable. Smells a little bit like vanilla, which is great. I mean, again, I'm so impressed. I think I would have preferred a different shade, although it is really beautiful. I can't deny that I don't have anything like this in my collection already, so that's pretty good. The formula though is just so comfortable, so pigmented, long lasting, creamy. I mean, it's like the matte formula that I live for. I love the formula. I think that the kind of faux leather packaging is really nice. Obviously, it looks like they were kind of inspired by Tom Ford, and listen, I'm not mad about it. And last but not least, we have the Lip Dew. This is $21 and I got the shade Cherub. I really wanted the shade Rosa, but it was sold out when I placed the order, but spoiler alert, I like this so much that when Rosa came back in stock, I purchased Rosa, and now hopefully I'll be getting that this week. So needless to say, I really like this formula. The website says the Lip Dew offers the high shine finish of a lip gloss with the comfort of a lip oil. This nourishing, non-sticky formula can be worn alone or layered over your favorite lipstick for an instant glossy finish. This has raspberry seed oil extract, vitamin E, camellia oil, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And Cherub is a warm, vibrant pink inspired by their award-winning Sunset Blush shade. I was really worried I was gonna dislike this. If you've been here for a while, you know that I much prefer thicker lip products that feel really nourishing and long-lasting on the lips versus something a lot thinner like a lip oil. So when this was described as the finish of a gloss with the comfort of an oil, I was a little bit concerned. Very happy to say this does not seem like a lip oil to me whatsoever. This feels like a cross between a gloss and a liquid lip balm. This I can wear for hours and reapply, and it just feels like a liquid lip balm. I'm such a sucker for these big applicators. I think they're just so comforting to apply. And it smells, I want to say like caramel. To me, it's kind of an artificial caramel scent, so it's not my favorite and it's quite strong, so heads up about that, but it totally fades off of your lips and I don't notice it after I apply it. I actually want to take off my lip product right now because I want to put this on. Okay, my Brat lip liner is like already totally flat. I've used it so much. Just a little tiny bit. You know what? Seeing Brat right now, it's not actually pulling as peachy as it was earlier, but I'm sure you saw in the swatches that compared to Promise at least, it was kind of warm. Let's apply the Lip Dew in Cherub so you can just see how pigmented this is. I feel like companies are so scared to put pigment in these kind of formulas. I love that this is kind of pigmented. I love that you get that bright, hot pink shade. So pretty, so glossy, so comfortable and balmy. It's pretty long lasting because it is on the thicker side for a lip product, which I love. I'm honestly just bummed that this doesn't come in more shades. This formula is fantastic. I'm so glad I own it. I'm so glad I picked up another shade. I can't wait to get it. So if you want me to do a little quick try on or review of the new Rosa shade, let me know. Future Kate here. My Lip Dew order with Rosa eventually came, so I just wanted to show you what it looked like. In this clip, I'm applying it on top of just a little bit of the lip liner in Brat because this is a very, very sheer color, as you can see. Compared to Cherub, this is definitely more sheer, so I think Rosa is a great universally flattering color for everybody. It'll work if you have paler lips like I have, or if you have more pigmented lips, but I was personally hoping it would be a little bit more pigmented. I just love this kind of pinky brown color. I think it's so beautiful, so great for everyday wear, so I would have loved to see the same level of pigment that Cherub had, but honestly, it's beautiful. I love the formula. You know, I think that wearing this with a lip liner is just the way that I would go. Whereas with Cherub, I feel like I could wear it alone or with a lip liner. So just depends on what you're looking for, but a beautiful product in a beautiful color nonetheless. I think I covered everything. I feel like this is probably one of the most impressive brands that I've personally experienced in the past few years. I'm just kicking myself that it took me this long to try them. Thank you so much for letting me know that I should try this brand. Please let me know in the comment section below what other international brands I should try. I'm really trying to make more purchases that are opening up the space beyond just like indie brands that I typically review in the US. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channels to grow. And if you watched this far, thanks so much. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.